Okay, time to talk about rank. In the back office toolkit, we get access to both the current rank that someone is at, and that comes from the detailed genealogy, the current rank column, but also we get a projected rank. So a projected rank accounts for all of the future LRP volume in your team that's scheduled to go through in the current month. This is super cool because it can tell you, obviously from the very beginning of the month, just based on your sort of members of your team that have, solid recurring LRP orders, you can get an idea of where you're going to be at the end of the month. And ideally, if you're ranking based on LRP volume from the beginning of the month, that's awesome. In that case, any additional orders, customers, new LRP, that's all going towards, a future rank, wherever your goals are, where you're headed. So, what we want to look at is a few things. So this, you see, again, with the yellow color being in the clock icon, that indicates that it's relying on future volume. So anything this yellow on your rank is going to be your projected rank. The toolkit also calculates for non-volume based ranks, so anything above elite. It's going to figure out who your qualifiers are that are going to be applied or that are currently being applied to your rank, and also any additional qualifiers that you may or may not know are there. So that shows up as these stars. So any qualifier is going to have 1 or 2 stars. The filled in stars, and if you hover you can see, the filled in stars are current qualifiers, so they're qualifying for your current rank, and the open stars are future qualifiers, so they're qualifying for your future rank. If your projected, future, and current rank are the same, then you just see one rank. So in this case, this Premier needs a volume over 5,000. So this being at 7,000 is, checking that box. And they also need 2 executives qualifying legs. So in this case, we can look at this filled in green star is 1 executive qualifier who's currently executive. And down here we have another filled in green star, which is the other executive that's, going towards this current Premier rank. By the end of the month, if all these orders go through, this row, this person is going to move from director to executive. So their overall volume is going to be over 2,000. So they'll be executive, which would make them sort of a 3rd qualifier for Premier. Right now, at the end of the month, you'll have 1, 2, 3 executives. So that's where we get this purple star. So the empty stars are the future, the green ones are applied, and the purple one is extra. So if we scroll down, we can see that this Anna lady is going to be a sort of an extra qualifier for Premier. That's in general how it works. We also know that qualifying legs, you can only have 1 qualifying leg per sponsor leg, right? So if we change the view from sponsor to enroller, we would see that this Charlie, Annie, and Anna are all going to be frontline enrollers. So we look at, there's Charlie, there's Annie, and there's Anna. So they're all on the front line of the enroller tree, which is necessary for them to be contributing to her rank. But if these frontline enrollers were nested under each other in the sponsor tree, so if, say, Anna had been moved initially under Charlie, then only one of them can be applied to rank. So the toolkit figures that out. It will take the highest ranking qualifier in each leg and indicate that that is the qualifier that's being used. In that case, so if, say, Anna was nested under Charlie, then there would be no stars on Charlie's row here. There'd be an arrow that points down, and you could hover and it would say that a qualifier is in that leg. So that just sort of gives you a pointer as to where the other qualifier, and then you'd expand and you'd see Anna under here, and the stars would be on her row. So that's the way that works. If you're curious to see or want to troubleshoot and see where exactly your qualifiers lie, maybe Anna isn't directly under Charlie. Maybe she's like, way down deep somewhere, and you don't know where the qualifier actually lives. You can click this Show Qualifier Data link at the top, and that's going to just expand some additional information. So you have who the qualifiers are, the sponsor ID for the qualifier, and the frontline org ID. That means that, and whether that member is on your front line or not. So in this case, essentially you can only have one qualifier per frontline organization ID. I call it like an organization, meaning, each of these sponsor trees. So everybody under Charlie, everybody under Lori, everybody under Shannon, those are kind of separate organizations. And the IDs of these people who are on your front line, you can only have one qualifier under each of those org IDs. So this tells us what frontline org it's under, the current and projected rank for the qualifier. And so what we could do if you wanted to kind of quickly jump to Anna wherever she was, nested down deep, you could, copy her ID here, and you can search for it up here, and that'll jump right to her. You could focus, that brings you directly to her account, and then you could work your way back up to yourself. So you sort of see where she's at in the list. So that covers, I think, everything to do with rank. If we go to the previous month, we're going to see the end rank. So this is the calculated end rank for the previous month. This is demo data, so that's wrong. But anyway, these are the qualifiers will show up as applied. So that is how rank works. Thanks a lot.